on the singing end, we just get screaming this whole section. But one thing that I want to note, and this is something I really always liked about Alex's screaming, was that it's not normal screaming, at least in the way that we hear screaming today, right? Like when you listen to, Era or one of those bands like that, where it's very like hyper produced, right? Alex's screaming was almost like, it was very raw, very like throaty and angsty. It almost reminds me of like what Phil Anselmo on what the hell, a vulgar display of power. I know, I can't believe. Anyway, it's like there's almost no production on it, or like minimal production, and so you're just getting this really like no more head. I can't do it, but you know what I mean. Like it doesn't sound so like crazy produced. Not fun, but like I actually was originally going to do a comparison video of this version of the song versus the remake that they did. In case you don't know, they remade this whole album Atreyu did last year in 2025. It's garbage. It's total dog shit. I don't know why they did that, because they did not do these songs justice at all. And Brandon is not as good of a screamer as Alex was. You know what? Here, let's just do it. Let's play it real quick. I'll play just so you can hear the comparison, right? Because Brandon's screaming is what I'm talking about, where it's hyper produced, super like robotic sounding, just doesn't sound, it lacks all of that raw energy and punchiness. Let's listen to it here. I mean, you can just tell right off the bat. First off, you can't hear the clean guitar. It's been completely obliterated from the mix because the drums are way too loud. Everything has, some type of reverb or delay on it in one way or the other. Like you can hear during the pauses, the vocal delay is extreme, which is the opposite of what they did on the original, where Alex's vocals were almost completely dry. And the guitars and everything was very dry, but that's what gave it this really tense sound. It didn't sound booming and bombastic. It felt like they were playing in like a small club or something, like a vampire club, right? Something out of, Underworld or whatever. Whereas with the remake, for whatever reason, they thought, yeah, let's make everything really bright and epic and big, and listen to these guitars. And that just sounds like shit. I feel it. Well, you just sound like a cringe kid, like theater kid or something. And again, like Brandon, I think as a whole is a better singer than Alex, but he is not a better screamer, and he lacks all of that energy that we have with Alex. Again, just for comparison, check this out. Now, I know your first inclination is like, well, wait, isn't the mix better there? It's like, no, it absolutely isn't. The 2025 mix is not better. And I'm going to explain why. So that mix is kind of like candy. It fills out the frequency spectrum more for sure. It hits more of the higher highs. It's got more bassiness and low end in it for sure. There's extra production, all of the smooth things, but it doesn't actually capture what made the song interesting or engaging to begin with, which was that tension. You have to remember, music is more than just like, or good production is more than just like doing all of the things that sound good. Good production is part of the art itself. Like the mix and the sound of the song is part of the art of the record. So if the mix is not lending itself to the ideas or themes that are portrayed on the record, then the mix is not doing its job. This song is a very tense, it's actually a very like personal, deep, like internal song that is almost very self-reflective, and because it was written about Alex's inner turmoil, not to spoil it, right? But there's just this personal, dark, tense element to this song that makes, there's a reason why it's like, I think it's like their third most popular song or something. It's one of their most popular songs, and it's very well loved by the fans. And there's a reason for that. It's because it knew what it was doing, and it knew how to capture that on this album. And I mean, you look at this album art, right, that I have over here. Sorry, I got my directions mixed up. The album art here, I mean, look at that. It's a obviously it's like a woman in a bra, right? But she's surrounded by darkness, and that's kind of the environment for this album, and really for this song in a lot of ways, right? I mean, this song it's explicitly about vampires, but it's a tense, dark song. And so giving it a mix that's like bright and open and airy with lots of reverbs and delays, and then singing it, I feel it welling up, and it doesn't work. That's not what's right for this song in particular. What's right for this song is this type of sound. Very, very, like, very condensed, very tight, very like, frustration building, because that's what the song is about. So yeah, when they did that remake, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I'll bring it up, I think, at one other point later on, but yeah, they totally butchered it. And yeah, again, not even just with the vocal parts, but with the guitar parts too. Again, notice how clearly you can hear the clean guitar here. Yeah, you can still hear that really well. Listen to how quickly it just is completely obliterated from the mix here. Hold on, let me get it pulled back up. It's like within half a second, it's completely gone, like inaudible. Where is it? You can hear like little bits and pieces of it. It's like it's coming in and out. Like you can hear tiny little bits of it trying to poke through, but the vocal production is so insane that you can't hear it. And yeah, you can actually hear the vocal production a little bit better here. I mean, he's got like 3 or 4 takes there, maybe. Like, it's so like, and you can hear that reverb, how long that reverb, or maybe it's a delay, I don't know. It's so overproduced just to try to get like something close to the same level of aggression that Alex had, but he's just completely incapable of doing it. Like, he doesn't understand what made Alex so compelling. Alex is like a Phil Anselmo type of voice, and that's what makes it appealing. He's singing it like a fucking theater kid. Anyway, back to the good song. All right, I've spent that's my thoughts. I really hate the remake, and I might bring it up later on again, but yeah, overall this section is really great with the way that Alex delivers it. Now let's